good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Three.
Good morning, Mr. Reed.
Morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I do not see the courtroom on this morning. Do we have is the courtroom on?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I did call and ask Ms. Carmen to connect to courtroom, so she should be connecting shortly.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, so good again, 36th District Court is in session as we are usually at 8:30. It's 8:34 now. And so I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes. I'm serving as the presiding judge on this morning. This is our Veterans Treatment Court docket on this morning. And so I'm going to start by having the attorneys please identify or place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you again, Judge. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, courtroom.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted.
Thank you, and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Veterans Treatment Court Defense Attorney. I too would make a similar motion.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is granted. Mr. Kusheri.
Good morning, Honorable Judge. Good morning, Court. This is Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA Hospital.
All right, good morning, Mr. Kusheri. And then Ms. Robs.
Morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robb, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, good morning, Ms. Robs.
Good morning.
And then we have our Veterans Mentor, Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, courtroom. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right, good morning. All right, we are ready to get started. I need to make sure everybody's device is on mute on this morning. We're doing something a little bit differently for the veterans. Everyone is to stay on until we have completed the Veterans Treatment Court docket. That is what we are doing. So make sure you are on and engaged and listening and all of those good things throughout the Veterans Treatment Court docket. With that, are there any preliminary matters from the team?
No, Judge, none regarding vet court. I understand that we do have a person coming in the courtroom today, Mr. Joe Adams, and when he comes in, I'd like to go to a breakout room with him.
All right, wonderful. As soon as someone dials into my court, we will have Mr. Adams. I don't even know if he's there. I know Mr. Yancey is on. Mr. Yancey, you may want to go down. Good morning to you. You may want to go down to the courtroom to make sure Mr. Adams doesn't leave, because I'm certain my courtroom is probably not open. All right. With that, if no other preliminary matters,
Your Honor,
yes.
I apologize, Your Honor. Mr. Dillard, I apologize. I failed to mention this on yesterday. Mr. Dillard was scheduled for a face-to-face to see me for follow-up on today, but he's scheduled, Your Honor, for him to appear in court on next week, which his day would be April 12th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, wonderful. And then we'll make sure, I just need to send this message. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Miss Robson. Thank you, Miss Wilson. We'll make sure that we put Mr. Dillard's date on the record. All right, with that, any other preliminary matters?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if there are none, we are ready to proceed, and we'll start with Mr. Stitt. Good morning to you, Mr. Stitt. You waving this morning? Or are you speaking? Unmute yourself so I can hear you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. How are you this morning?
Peaceful,
Oh,
peaceful. Yes,
that's a good thing. Peaceful.
yes. I got pushed a little bit the other day on my block. It's just like just one person. I have a beautiful block.
You talking about your block at home?
Yes,
You live?
yes. Yes.
Okay. And so somebody was trying to push you over the limit yesterday?
Yeah, a couple of days ago. Yeah, they sort of triggered me off.
And how did you handle that, Mr. Stitt?
I wanted to go and confront them, but I didn't. But I did a couple of days later without a kickstart.
What does that mean, without a kickstart?
Like a shot.
Okay, a shot. All right.
I look down there and it's like 10-1, and they're throwing trash in front of my house. It just ticked me right off.
Oh, yeah, I
But
can
I
understand.
did go and confront these people without a kickstart. I see I can do it. I was afraid at first. I was truly afraid. But I guess sometimes when you do speak to people, just come straight up and talk to them. They do listen.
They do listen. Yeah. So you learned something new, that you don't need a kickstart, whatever that is. I'm not certain what a kickstart is. Can you define that for me? I might be dating myself and I might be looking kind of young this morning. Come on, tell me, Mr. Stitt, what's a kickstart?
Well, I saw like 5 cars down the street. I saw 2 cars in front of the house throw trash in front of my house, and they all gathered down the street. I wanted to say something, but I didn't have the courage. So I went and got me a shot, and then I wanted to go down there. But I didn't. I waited a couple of days later, and I went and spoke to these people and asked them, try not to do that. It's terrible to trash our own neighborhood.
Okay, so a kickstart would be you would have gone back in the house and drank something or something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe I'm just a little slow this morning. All right, I got you
No.
now, Mr. Stitt.
You're
And
on time.
All right, and so I caught up. All right, so you didn't go in and you didn't go back and rely on alcohol or anything else to help you, to give you some courage, what they call it, liquid courage, to confront these folks, right? You waited.
Yes.
Sounds like you used a few coping mechanisms, and then you went down and you were able to approach them, and things didn't turn out like you thought they would. They weren't bad.
Yeah, I really believe that if it was going to go down, I was going down hard with these guys, but it didn't turn out that way.
I'm glad you didn't have to go down hard with them guys.
Believe it or not, they took my front door a couple of years ago, and I actually was putting the front door on yesterday. And these guys came down the street watching me put my door on, and I didn't even get mad. And I know they're the ones who took my door. He told me, I said, yeah, I got your door. I had to pay and have it delivered, and then have it installed. And then they come down and see what I'm doing. They're like, man, this guy bought him a door finally. It's been like 3 years. I had a shower curtain hanging up. I had the shower curtain hanging up for 3 years. It looked so terrible.
So that was really triggering for you.
Yeah, it could have been, I'm putting the door in. They came down and looked, but I didn't. I just kept on putting on my door and waved at them. No sense of recourse. Just have to move on.
Mr. Stitt, I'm very proud of you that you handled that very well, despite the fact that it sounds like they were trying to egg you on. You didn't take the bait. I am very, very proud of you. And I hope that you're proud of yourself and that you understand that you can apply the technique that you used this week. You can apply that to life in general. How about that?
Yes, I understand. Yes.
You can. Very good. Very good. All right. I didn't put your case number on the record, so let me do that. I have case number 05-37452. Mr. Stitt, state your full name for the record.
Willis Allen Stitt.
It went right in telling me what's going on. That's right. Let me know how you were able to overcome some stuff. I'm proud of you. I am. How are you doing, Mr. Stitt, with work in your program? You doing a good job?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get there. I'm really trying. I am. I've got.
Trying. That's all I ask is a good try.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Are you having any issues? Anything you need the court to help you with?
Driver's license.
Driver's license. Ms. Robs, I'm sure is going to talk about that, or one of the attorneys, because that's something you mentioned last time, driver's license. All right, you haven't been driving without one, right?
No, ma'am. I've been
All
riding my
right.
bike for 30 years in the snow. I told you I was doing the snow plow. I rode my bike here. I was the first one here to do the snow plow on the bike.
Oh,
I
my
ride from Detroit and beat these guys from Hamtramck to the job on the bike.
goodness, Mr. Stitt, see, that's what the military will do for you. It'll put some fight in you that otherwise you would not have. I love it. I love it.
And it's sort of sad what's going on in Ukraine too.
It is.
I prayed for them. I prayed for that country, those people over there. I understand. It's a sad situation.
It is. And so, and while they have been in my thoughts and prayers as well, one of the things that we cannot forget is the freedom that we enjoy in this country. When you see all of the civilians that are laid out in the streets, and last night and today, the graphics, they were just too much for me. But it made me stop and just think about the people that put on the uniform, that protect and serve this country, and how we should just be doing so much more for them, so much more. And so I really do thank and appreciate all of our veterans for the service that they have given and will plan to give to this country. I appreciate it. And so you're right, it's a very sad situation over there. It really is.
I pray every day for those people. I do.
Thank you.
I pray for peace.
Yes.
I pray for
Yes.
world peace. I pray for peace.
Me too. Me too. All right. I'm going to hear from Ms. Robs. Ms. Robs, tell me, how is Mr. Stitt doing?
Your Honor, as Mr. Stitt indicated, he's doing well. He did make mention to me, Your Honor, with regard to things that he stated, with his neighbors and so forth. I do think, Your Honor, he's doing a great job. I just want to say that, Mr. Stitt, you are doing a great job with problem solving. I would also like to say, Your Honor, he is handling that well soberly. His last test, April 2nd, he was completely negative. He's had all negative screens at ATS. He's doing really well. He's completed his community service hours. He, is continuously linked with his mentor. He's doing well overall. I don't have any issues to report, Your Honor. He is in phase 2 and doing a good job.
All right, very good, very good. Let's go to Mr. Kusheri. What do you have with respect to Mr. Stitt?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning again. Mr. Stitt is doing well. He's engaged in treatment at the VA. He's seen weekly for individual and group work. He is motivated to participate in all of his treatment, and he's doing well. Good job, Mr. Stitt. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Parker, and then I'll close out with the attorneys. Mr. Jimmy Parker.
Thank you, Yana. Yes, Mr. Stitt, he's doing well, and I appreciate that he calls me and lets me know when he's going through certain things, and we talk about it, we talk it out, and I can appreciate that he's trying. I know that nothing beats a failure but a try. And so as long as you keep trying, you're only going to get better and better and better. And, people have a tendency to rub you the wrong way. And sometimes we rub people the wrong way. And so the best result is to try to peacefully resolve it. And if you can't, just go somewhere where you can just be, away from them. So I can appreciate that, Mr. Stitt. Keep on, you're doing great, and keep on doing the good work, and be encouraged. It's going to be all right. It's only a short time. You don't have that long left. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Anything from the attorneys this morning?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Stitt. Good report. You're working the program. The program is about giving you tools to make better choices, and that's what you're doing. We're proud of you, sir. We're proud of you. Keep up the good work and be safe. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You too. Yes.
And Your Honor, if I might add, yeah, Mr. Stitt, what a great approach you have towards problems. What a great approach you have towards life. What a great empathy you have for others. Keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless you.
All right, Mr. Stitt, I'm gonna have you hold on just for a second. We're gonna get your next court dates, but you're gonna stay with us until I finish the other case, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Just stay with you.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Robs, what would be the next court date for Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, Mr. Stitt would have a face-to-face with me on April 19th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And he will return to court, Your Honor, April 26th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, thank you. And good morning in the courtroom. I see the courtroom has joined us. Good morning. Uh-oh. I don't know, can you all hear me? I don't hear you.
I hear you.
No, not you in the courtroom. You all can hear me? All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What was the court date again for Mr. Stitt, please?
Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear, we said good morning, can y'all hear us?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, all right. Glad. Thank you for coming to serve, Miss. It sounds like Miss Carmen Knight.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you for coming to serve. So we have two dates for Mr. Stitt. The first is going to still be recorded as a review on April 19th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And then his second date,
The 26th.
which will also be a review, will be April 26th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
I have it, Your Honor.
You have it, Mr. Stitt? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am. I wrote everything down. Yes, ma'am.
Are
All
both
right.
of those in-person hearings? I heard her say about an in-person hearing. Are both of those dates for in-person?
No, ma'am. Just put them as review. Just put them as review.
Okay, but virtual, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, hold tight for us, Mr. Stitt. I'm going to call. I don't see Mr. Parker. I'm gonna applaud everybody when we finish the whole Veterans Treatment Court docket because we're doing a new thing. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Mr. Parker, Andre Parker, are you ready? His camera is off. All right. All right, Ms. Robs, do you know where Mr. Orlando Henderson is?
Your Honor, myself, Mr. Kushiri, and Mentor Scott have been trying to reach him. He answered the phone, but then I didn't hear anything, so I called back. I'm not sure what's going on. We've been trying to reach him. I recently spoke with him. He was doing well, so I'm not really sure what's going on today.
Okay.
But I will definitely continue to keep reaching out, Your Honor.
Can you reach out to dear Andre Parker and let him know we're ready?
Yes, Your Honor. He's on the screen, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Parker, we looking for you.
Yes, I got a little confused. I was at work going crazy, but I'm here now.
All right, you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Let's do it. I have the following for Andre Parker, Z8082731. Mr. Parker, state your full name.
Yes, Andre Daryl Parker,
All
senior.
right. Senior, good morning to you. How are you, Mr. Parker?
I'm wonderful today.
That's today. Does that mean you had some other days that weren't wonderful?
Every day was wonderful, including the day.
Oh, all right. I'm just checking. I listen. I'm just checking. I heard today. All right, Mr. Parker, you've been working your program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and no issues to report?
No issues to report.
All right, very good. Tell me something that you've accomplished since the last time I've seen you.
Well, I've been actually accomplishing is something a little personal, but I've been starting to babysit grandchildren.
Oh, you just starting out?
Well, they're kind of they're not even a year yet, and I just always made this thing with my children. I don't watch children until they can use the bathroom on their own. But I just got a little caught up in being a grandparent and being happy, and they make they kind of excite me and make my day. So I don't mind.
Look at you. That's a huge accomplishment. Yes. Very good. And it makes you smile. I see you, Mr. Parker. You just smiling away. Very good. I'm sure they are enjoying being with their grandfather. Am I correct?
Yes. I get to do the spoiling of the grandchildren and not the children.
There you go. There you go. Yes. All right. Have you had any difficulties with anything since the last time I've seen you?
No, everything is a smooth sailing so far. It's just like the weather is getting better, and so is everything in my life.
It's getting better. You still glad to be back at work?
Yes, I'm very happy along with my colleagues and customers.
All right, very good. Very good. Let me hear from Ms. Robs as to Mr. Parker.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Parker, he is in phase 2. He's doing a great job, Your Honor. He's testing compliant, all negative screens, no missed screens. He is due to receive a referral for Dr. Alexander to begin his ancillary services. We've discussed payment. We've discussed, starting that process because he's in phase 2 to help him move along in the program. Your Honor, he's doing a great job. As he reported, he's still working, and he's, in compliance with your court order, Your Honor. No issues to report at this time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. Mr. Kusheri.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again. Mr. Parker is doing well. He completed all of his mandated treatment and he continues to engage in mental health treatment at the VA as clinically indicated. He's doing well with work and everything is going well.
All right, very good, very good. From the mentor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker's doing well. He's I don't know if they still use this word or not, but he's very chipper when I talk to him, and you know how you change these words so often, I can talk to him about saying what we want to do for the grandchildren or as it pertains to the grandchildren. I stopped saying that because they always make me an untruth. So.
Yes.
I don't say that anymore. Congratulations, he's doing well. I appreciate him when we spoke last. He assured me that he was doing well and everything was going well with the family and the job. So I appreciate that. Keep up the good work, Mr. Parker. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Park, I'm sorry, from the attorneys.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Congratulations, Mr. Parker. Good report. Your work in the program. We understand it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. I think about you whenever I get a lot of junk mail. I think about you, but it's a good thought for you. I'm glad you're back to work. I remember when you came into the program and we went over the course order. You wanted to get back to work. Keep up the good job you're doing with the program, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Be safe.
Thank you. And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Parker, the only thing I have to ask you for is, can I get a copy of that speech that you made when you said you weren't going to do diapers and you weren't going to change anybody? I need it. So keep up the great work, sir. You are doing a great job. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, you are. All right. And so, Mr. Parker, if you don't have any questions, let's get your next set of dates. Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. A face-to-face with Mr. Parker for April 19th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And a return to court date, Your Honor, April 26th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Parker?
Yeah, I got it. I just want to make sure I write it down so I can remember everything. You know, I still have a little, things going on from my injury, so I make sure I write everything down now. But Miss Robs, she's been very helpful, so I'll lean on her if I can't get it written down in time.
Okay.
Yes,
Did you need
sir.
us to say those dates again?
Let's see. Yeah. Well, I got the last one was April 26th is when I returned to court. So let's see. 19th is it? I can't remember. If April 19th is face to face, and then April 26th, 10:35 and 8:30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. Write it down. If not, Ms. Robs will be on you, okay?
Yes, she will. Thank you.
All right, very good. I do not see any of our other veterans in the courtroom. I have also, all right, I have case number Z8054161 for Clarence Dillard. Mr. Dillard is scheduled for April 12th. He's adjourned to April 12th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. for a review. And then for Mr. Orlando Henderson, SP 1104886, counts 1 and 3, and U598432121. We have not been able to locate Mr. Henderson.
Your Honor, if I may, I did call and just spoke with Mr. Henderson. He said he would be logging in. I'm not sure if he's in the waiting room, but I did speak to him and he said he was logging in, Your Honor.
Okay, I have 2 people in the waiting room. There's a B Griffin, which I'm assuming is Brian Griffin, and then there's a 1+ Nord in 105G. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hold up the other veterans. I'm going to still close out my Veterans Treatment Court docket. I want everyone in the courtroom to join me in celebrating and thanking our veterans for their service to this country and their service to us. Thank you, Mr. Stitt. Thank you, Mr. Parker. We appreciate you all. We appreciate you. All right, you all enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful week. And we're here if you need us. And I'll see you on your next court date. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
All right, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to let the waiting room folks in at this time. Miss Wilson, if we could let them in, and we'll see if Mr. Henderson is in that group. If not, I am going to release the remainder of the Veterans Treatment Court team. I will not hold you up on today. I do see that someone has entered the courtroom. Oh, Miss Wilson, let me give you co-host abilities. My apologies. All right, there you are. All right, I believe that it should be Joe Adams that's in the courtroom. Miss Knight or officer, can someone confirm who's in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor. Joe Adams, he's back talking with Mr. Yancey.
Okay,
And Aaron Adams, he went up to the third floor to see Ms. Rob, because he was wondering, was this his day to be?
all right. Ms. Robbs, did you hear that? You have someone coming up that on a 10:35. It sounds like he has a face-to-face today. So thank you so much, officer. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. And so with that, once Mr. Yancey, I guess, gets on, we'll put Mr. Adams in a breakout room with one of the attorneys. And so I see someone on a OnePlus Nord. I need you to put your name on your device. Start your video. All right, I don't know who that is. I've asked them to start their video. I don't know if B. Griffin is Brian Griffin. Oh, yes, that is. Good morning, Mr. Griffin. You're on mute.
Good morning, Judge. Yeah, we're in the court. We got Mr. Adams in here. So he'll probably need to go in the breakout room pretty soon. Mr. Yancey just asking him some questions now.
Okay, so let us know when you all are ready.
Okay.
And Mr. Griffin, do you happen to know who's on that OnePlus Nord N10?
I do not, Judge.
All right, all right.
Your Honor, I believe that it's Mr. Henderson. I asked him to turn his camera on. He says it's on, but we can't see him. So I believe that is him, Your Honor.
And he'll need to come down to the courthouse for his hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
He can't get on, he needs to come down.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. All right, with that, I'm going to call the remainder of the veterans docket and the remainder of the face-to-face for today, and then we'll be ready to go to the, I can release the Veterans Treatment Court staff or team. All right, Ms. Robbs, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's do it. I have for Aaron Adams, case number Z808-1351, and I'm on the 10:35 a.m. docket. Ms. Adams, Ms. Robbs.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Adams is doing well. We do have a face-to-face, Your Honor, to follow up with some things that we put on record with regard to his DD-214. So we are on schedule, Your Honor, for today to get that situated. He is doing extremely well. He's still testing compliant. I'm getting ready to, and additionally set him up with some ancillary services, Your Honor, for him. He's doing great in his outpatient groups with Detroit Recovery Project. I have no issues to report with regard to Mr. Adams, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. What's Mr. Adams' return to court date?
Your Honor, I would have Mr. Adams, because he is in phase 1. I would have him return for a face-to-face with me on April 12th.
With phase one, it'll just be 2 weeks, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I usually meet with him in between just to keep up with him for a face-to-face, just to check in.
All right, let's put that date down. Go ahead, Ms.
Yes, Your Honor. April 12th, 2022, for a face-to-face with me at 10:35 a.m.
No, sir, you can't come into my courtroom shouting out. Have a seat and I'll be right with you. All right, Ms. Robbs, you said April 12th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then a second review date would be?
April 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, thank you. Let's go to William Aldridge, 210-448-6001.
Your Honor, Mr. Aldridge is doing well. He did provide some documents, and I'll speak with you with regard to what it is related to. But he's doing great, Your Honor. He's testing compliant. He's doing everything. He's still self-engaging and self-recovery programs. He's following up. He's completed his courses with Dr. Alexander. I'm getting ready, Your Honor, to get him started with his other ancillary services and to begin payment as he is looking up for promotion soon. But Your Honor, outside of that, we haven't had any issues or complaints with regard to Mr. Aldridge. He's in full compliance.
All right, wonderful. What's next for Mr. Aldridge?
Your Honor, if I can have him return to court on April 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. And then is Ms. Cleveland around for Mr. Hankins? I'll come back to Mr. Hankins. Let's go to Dennis McKinley, 210-567-6801.
Your Honor, Mr. McKinley is doing well. He's back engaged with therapy. We discussed, the continuation myself with Mr. Kushiri. So he's back into some outpatient therapy and getting his stuff together, getting back on track. Outside of that, Your Honor, he's doing well. I do need to have a discussion with him. He is one that I see week by week. So he will have a face-to-face, Your Honor, with me on April 12th, 2022, 10:35 a.m. and a return to court date, Your Honor, of April 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have Marcus O'Brien, 210-611-8501.
Your Honor, Mr. O'Brien is doing well. He's still engaged with his outpatient therapy. He's compliant with his testing. He's still working. He did receive the referral as discussed for Dr. Alexander and some additional courses to assist him and something that he.
Go ahead, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor. With something that he
Ma'am, keep
stated-
your device on mute, please. Thank you. All right, Ms. Robs.
Yes, ma'am. He is, he did receive, Your Honor, the referral for the thing that he discussed on record in his last court date. He appears to be doing much better, in a better place, Your Honor. He is compliant. I have no issues to report with regard to Mr. O'Brien.
All right, wonderful. What are his next dates?
Your Honor, he would have a return to court date of April 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. And then I have Kenneth Purry, U582-57420.
Your Honor, Mr. Purry is doing extremely well. He actually checks in with me daily. He's still working at the VA. He is still engaged with his therapy. He's still testing compliant on negative screens. We've talked about his referrals for Dr. Alexander to begin his ancillary services. He's completed his community service. He's completed his outpatient treatment at Emmanuel House, and he's doing extremely well at this time, Your Honor. He is in phase 2. No issues to report.
All right, wonderful. What's next for Mr. Purry?
Your Honor, he would have a face-to-face with me on April 19th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And he would return to court, Your Honor, on April 26th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Mr. Kushiri, for all of the individuals that I've just placed on the record, are there any concerns with respect to any of those individuals?
No, Judge. Everyone that you spoke about, that Ms. Robb spoke about, is entirely compliant from a treatment perspective.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Then let's go to thank you, Mr. Kushiri. I am going to ask Mr. Henderson to start his video. He does have to remove his hat in court. We're in court. And so, Mr. Henderson, come on, get in the video. Good morning to you. I'm going to also ask you to unmute for me.
Yes, Judge Holmes.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge Holmes. I'm doing okay. I apologize for not, being on Zoom. I got the wrong information, and that's why I wasn't able to attend the meeting. The court hearing.
On time. That's okay, but you made it. I'm so glad you made it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do everything I can to get out of the domiciliary, and I keep running into obstacles and stuff like that. So, saying now they want me to send them some information about my work history. And so, like, when I get off of this video, I got to text them some information so I won't lose my voucher,
Oh.
saying, yeah, so,
So, Mr. Henderson, I
yeah,
think before, and I'm going to hear from Mr. Kusheri in a moment, but I think before he indicated that he would work to make sure that you did not lose your voucher with respect to housing. But right now, we're working on making sure that when you do leave the domiciliary, that
yes,
you are able to maintain independent living. Okay?
yes,
That's what we want to make sure.
that's my number one plan, not to use drugs or alcohol or anything like that. I like my life, the way it is right now, alcohol free, drug free, and
Look at
everything.
you.
I love that. I
You
love
like
that.
your life now, Mr. Henderson?
I love it. I love it. I mean, people are responding to me that I never even thought or imagined, what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. Mr. Henderson, I
Yes.
even noticed that you are so nice today.
Yeah, I'm I'm a little bit calmed down. Yeah.
You are so nice. You are being kind. I love it.
Mhm.
Look at you, Mr. Henderson. So see, all that other stuff was making you mean and angry.
Yeah, well, I was in a bad place at that time. And
Yeah.
now I'm in a better place and I'm going forward, and I'm learning to meet, my troubles head on. So, they throw this at me, I'm there. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm gonna take care of my business. And I got a situation here, because uh Judge Kimberly Wright, do you know of her?
I don't.
Okay. Well, anyway, she wants to see me also. So I missed the court Zoom hearing with her, but I'm gonna get on board with her, straighten this matter out,
All right.
because
So
I just, got my driver's license back and everything like that. And I want to go forward. So, she issued me anyway.
So listen, Mr. Henderson, this is what I want you to do to make sure you share that information about Judge Wright with
Yes,
Ms. Robs, so we can find out what's going on with that court, because that's a different court. And then
right.
we can also notify the judge, Ms. Robs will do that through her staff, that you are with us in our Veterans Treatment Court and that
Yes.
you are working the program, and we can let them know some of the services that we've connected you to and the benefits of working the program, and see what we can do. So Ms.
Oh.
Rob, Mr. Kusheri, I'm really counting on you all to get that information from Mr. Henderson so we can help him if we can. I don't have any jurisdiction in another court, but
I
at least we
understand.
can let them know what's going on, what you're doing, the great things you're doing at 36th District Court, okay?
Well, thank you, Judge Holmes. I really appreciate your help.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right,
Yes.
Mr. Henderson, I didn't place your case numbers on the record. Let me do that very quickly.
Okay.
I have case number SP 1104886, counts 1 and 3, and case number U59843121. State your name for me, Mr. Henderson.
My name's Orlando Monashe Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson. I'm so glad to see you this morning. You look well today.
Thank
look
you very
like you're
much.
happy. And that so the domiciliary has to be good for you. Are they treating you well there?
They're absolutely treating me well, and I couldn't be better.
Yes, sir. All
Yeah.
right. I want to hear from Ms. Robs and then Mr. Kusheri. so I
Okay.
can get a better view of what's going on with Mr. Henderson. All right,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Fox, I'll start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I had a very pleasant conversation with Mr. Henderson. I believe it was last week. We discussed his goals, Your Honor, of things that he wanted to work towards. One of his main goals was, which we didn't know this, and I'm going to brag about you, Mr. Henderson, for a second, if I may, is that he is a barber and that he cuts hair. And he has been doing this for quite some time, Your Honor. And we talked about him taking pictures, him starting a portfolio to do so, you know, so that he can get his business out. And we discussed his housing, we discussed his employment goals. He is still set up with an employment once he, you know, transitions through. We also discussed, Your Honor, that he did get his full driver's license back, and I wanted to give an applause to him, Your Honor, because he is just doing extremely well at this time.
Yeah, we're glad you got that license back, Mr. Henderson. Yes, sir. I know that was important to you. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, Your Honor. And he also discussed, and I want to make sure that I get this right. Was it the chauffeur's license, Mr. Henderson, or was it the CDLs? I didn't know which one you were trying to pursue. I mixed them up. Which one was it, if you can help me?
The CDLs.
Yes, Your Honor. He wanted to work on getting his CDLs as well. So he is very goal-oriented, goal-focused. You know, he's centered in a very good place. We talked about family reunification with his son, his 13-year-old son. He talked about how that relationship is important to him. We also, Your Honor, we talked about, you know, his patience in terms of, you know, his housing voucher. He's compliant with testing. He's compliant with treatment, Your Honor. I have no issues to report. And I just really want to say, great job, Mr. Henderson. And just keep up the good work, please.
Thank you, Ms. Robs.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Very good. Great report. All right, Mr. Kusheri.
Good morning. Thank you again, Judge. You know, I don't want to parrot everything that Ms. Robs already said. I just want to add, Mr. Henderson, it's great to see you. You are doing exceptionally well. Judge, Mr. Henderson continues to engage with all of his services at the Dom since he completed his residential at Elmhurst in December. He is an active participant in all of his group work. He's doing individual work. He receives psychiatry. He's compliant with the milieu. All of the UDS ETGs have been negative for alcohol and all illicit substances. He has ran into some challenges that he has no control over in regards to some of his preferred housing that he didn't get a chance to apply for. He had to kind of pivot and find another location. Now there's these other issues popping up. He does have the support of a case manager who is walking him through the entire process, and she's very supportive and well-versed, so she'll be able to resolve these issues. And I'd love him to share a little bit more with the court about what he has in mind for when he transitions out of the Dom, because I'm very excited for him. He's doing great and he's entirely compliant. Good job, Mr. Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Kusheri.
You're welcome. And Judge was absolutely completely right. You are much more pleasant when you're sober. You're so nice.
Yes, he is. He's so kind. I love it. I love it. All right. And so, Mr. Henderson, you want to tell me what your plans are for when you leave the Dom? Or when you transition to residential, to your independent residential living?
Well, I wanna get into my housing, and then I want to start working. But I just got on Facebook, and I don't know. Facebook's a bad thing because I be putting my business out there, and then you know what I'm saying? They want to know what I'm doing. So like if I don't report it right, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to let them know everything that I'm doing and things like that. So it's a process, and I'm thinking that I got on Facebook and I posted, you know what I'm saying, that I worked at a butcher Spencer and Butcher, and now they sent me a notice, you know what I'm saying, for me to report, you know what I'm saying, my earnings for Spencer and Butcher. So I got to do that after I get off the phone. And then maybe I can get my housing, you know, things like that. But, you know what I'm saying, this is a lesson learned, you know, just do the things that they ask and things like that. And then I won't have to be going through all of this. So,
Well,
you
it
know.
sounds like you learned a lot of lessons. Stay off that Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't do social media. Stay
Yeah.
off, get your face out of that Facebook. But
Yeah,
then also, if you have earnings, you should be reporting them. So just go ahead on and report them. Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. You
So
scared? I'm like, where are we going with this Facebook thing? All
Yeah.
right.
I just learned how to do it, you know what I'm saying? And already I think I'm doing the wrong thing, you know?
All right, Mr. Henderson. All
But
right.
that's a lesson learned also.
Yes, lesson learned.
Yes.
All right. Who serves as Mr. Henderson's mentor? Do you, Mr. Parker? No,
Well,
it's Mr. Scott.
Yes, Sharon, I spoke with
Yeah,
Mr. Scott this
right.
morning. He has a crisis going on at this time, Your Honor, so he wasn't able to attend on this morning. But I did get report, Your Honor, that Mr. Henderson is doing well. He's been in, you know, communication, there, you know, and he's continuing to work on behalf of Mr. Henderson as his mentor.
Yeah, and I spoke to Mr. Kevin Scott this morning, you know what I'm saying? He informed me that I did have a meeting, a hearing this morning. So right after he called me, Mrs. Robb called me, so I'm on board.
All right, wonderful. Anything from the attorneys as to Mr. Henderson?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Henderson, good report. You have a great attitude. Keep up the good work, be safe. Congratulations on that driver's license. And I heard a message this weekend about being kind to other people, and you're talking and you're being kind to other people. Keep up the great attitude, Mr. Henderson. We're proud of you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Henderson.
you, thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Henderson, I won't say what's been said by so many, but it's so refreshing to see you today with a great attitude, a great approach, forward thinking, not looking back. Just wonderful to see. So keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else from Mr. Henderson, Ms. Robbs, what's next?
Your Honor, Mr. Henderson is in phase 2. So he will have a face-to-face on April 19th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and a return to court date, Your Honor, of April 26th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Henderson?
Could you just hold on 1 second? I gotta write this down.
Yes, sir. We will hold on for Mr. Henderson. Everybody,
Okay.
y'all hold.
That's April the 19th at 10:30.
Yes, sir.
And then what is it?
April 26th, 2022.
Okay, April the 6th.
26th.
26th.
And that's at 8:35.
8:35. Got it.
That's your Zoom hearing, okay?
Right. And this is a face-to-face, so I had to come into court on the 19th, right?
You can if you would like, or we can talk on the phone, but we'll discuss it after.
Okay, great.
All right,
Great.
Mr. Henderson. Before
Thank
you
you.
leave, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Henderson for his service to this country and to us. Thank you so much, Mr. Henderson. We appreciate you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. All right, take good care of yourself. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Likewise. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Henderson, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. That now concludes the Veterans Treatment Court docket. So Mr. Kusheri, Mr. Parker, thank you for your service on today. I truly appreciate both of you. and then we'll journey on with the rest of our docket team.
Thank you, Judge. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. Are we ready, Mr. Griffin? I saw you pop on. Are we ready to place Mr. Adams? Joe Adams will have to be added to my docket. So if you all could get a case number for him so that he can be added to my docket. Are you all ready to go to a breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor, we'd like to be placed in the breakout room with one of the attorneys too, so we can explain what's going on.
All right, very good. And then, so Ms. Wilson will do that. I'm going to disable the waiting room so that if someone is coming in, please make sure you put on your video so that we know who you are. And good morning to you, Prosecutor Morgan. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Just as a brief note, I am working also in courtroom 437 simultaneously.
All right, well, this is a good day for us on Tuesday. We only have one non-specialty court matter. And so, and it's one person with a number of things, and it's scheduled for 9:30. As long as we have an offer on that, I don't know if they're coming, it's scheduled for an arraignment and hearings. As long as we have offers, you're good. Mr. Fikens, go ahead.
We're set on that one, Judge. So
All right.
We don't need the prosecutor.
All right. Well, we always need the prosecutor, but we don't need him. We don't want to make him feel we don't need him. So Attorney Morgan, you are good to go.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Okay.
All right, have a good day. Thank you for showing up and helping us out.
All right, thank you.
We're good. All right, thank you. All right. So we'll see if Mr. Anderson shows up today, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I did see Mr. Rice join us. Good morning, Mr. Rice. Uh-oh, you're on mute. Unmute
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed.
Mr. Rice, you over there and your skin all glowing. What you doing over there?
Just doing the right thing, staying out of trouble, trying to do more blessed things to better my life.
Look at you. Mr. Rice, you look good.
Thank you. I feel good.
You do. You feel good. I see you. Look, he said, yeah. Yes, Mr. Rice. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have case number Z806-6581. State your full name for me.
Mario Lee Rice.
All right, Mr. Rice, that the treatment is working for you, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. I enrolled in church as well. So I'm going to my church.
Come on, Mr. Rice.
I'm going to every services and I'm helping out, helping other people come into church as well.
Look at you, Mr. Rice. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Do you feel this was a good move for you, getting the help that you needed?
Yes, ma'am. I do have my health. I went for my mental health yesterday. I got my 2 scheduled dates to go. So I'm just proceeding on everything I need to do to better my life.
There you go. Very good. Very good. And so, Mr. Rice, is there anything, wait a minute, first of all, how are they treating you where you are?
Very good. I have no complaints. They've been on me, but to make me, make my meetings and, to help me do other things to better myself as well. So I love it here. I'm not complaining. I love all the guys here. They're very helpful. And I appreciate you guys for putting me here to better myself.
Yes, sir. Have you been in touch with your son?
Yes. Yes, I have.
All right. Is he still supporting you, still cheering you on?
Yes, ma'am. Every day.
Tell him I'm counting on him. Tell him I'm counting on him.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure he knows that, okay?
I will.
All right.
I will surely do that.
All right. Very good. Very good. Is there anything you're struggling with that you need us to help you with, Mr. Rice?
No, ma'am, everything they've been helping me out with everything. I don't have no worries. I don't have no complaints.
All right, very
Not at
good.
all.
You look good, Mr. Rice.
Thank
Yes,
you. I
you
feel
do.
good. I
Yes,
feel good.
you do.
Glory to God.
Yes, sir. All right, come on, Miss Robs. What do you have for me on Mr. Rice?
Your Honor, Mr. Rice, as he reported, and as we can see, Your Honor, is doing excellent.
Mhm.
He is really engaged in his program. He's in the HEAT program, a HEAT group over at Lake Ridge Village.
He's doing heat. Do
He's
it.
doing HEAT,
Oh my
yes, Your Honor.
goodness, you're gonna love it.
They talk about it. They have no complaints, Your Honor. Honestly, when I go in there, I see the guys, including Mr. Rice, they're talking about it, looking through their books, even when the class is not going. So they're really heavily engaged in it.
Yeah.
So they're doing their thing. Me and Mr. Rice, we meet. Every time I go to Lake Ridge, we talk about, his family, his goals, and what he wants to work on. He's really putting himself first this time, his recovery first this time, and it shows. And I want to say I'm proud of you, Mr. Rice, sincerely.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. He is establishing boundaries, Your Honor, with everyone around him. His family is respecting his boundaries. He had one of his first sober birthdays that just passed.
Yes,
Come
ma'am.
on, happy birthday and a
Thank
sober
you.
birthday. Look
Yep.
at you. I love it. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
Miss Ross. Go ahead.
No, Your Honor. He's doing great. He is absolutely working his program to its entirety, Your Honor. And again, I'm proud of you, Mr. Rice. Please keep up the great work.
Hey, can I say, I got a job here.
Mr. Rice, you got a job. You know I like jobs. You know I like men to have
I'm
jobs.
coming. I'm coming. I ain't forgot.
Mr. Rice, look at you. Where are you working, sir?
Here for the church.
Look at you. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. What do you think about the Williamsons?
Very respectful, very loving. And I just love everything they established here for us, for the people that's in this program. I just love the way they present everything to us to help us out. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position I am now.
Yes, they're good people. They are a great provider, an exceptional provider.
Yes,
And
ma'am,
so,
they are.
yes, take advantage of that. You're in a good place.
I very well am.
All right, congratulations to you. That means we
Thank
gonna
you.
get some money, Miss Robs. Did you hear that? We gonna get some money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my first concern is that you're okay and that you're able to get on a path of wholeness. And so that's the most important part for me. Okay.
That's my point, to grasp it. I'm grasping, I'm holding on to it. And I spoke in existence that I don't need no substance to be the man I am.
That's right. You don't. Look at you. You don't. All right.
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right. Come on, Mr. Ficus, what you want to say? This is a whole different Mario Rice than what we have been accustomed to seeing for the last couple of months. But go ahead.
Yes.
You are so correct, Judge. You know, you and I have gone back a while. We've had some discussions, Mr. Rice. We've been in the trenches. I am so proud of you and how you've turned it around. You know, you do look better. I didn't think you'd get better looking, but you are looking better, sir. That's good.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work. I'm really proud.
I sure will.
All right.
I sure will.
All right. Mr. Rice, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am. Just God bless you guys and thank you and have a blessed day.
All right. We accept and receive all of that. All right, Ms. Robs. What you have for Mr. Rice? What's his next date?
Yes, Your Honor. Face-to-face with Mr. Rice on April 12th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and a return to court date, Your Honor, of April 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right. Very good. Did you get that, Mr. Rice?
Yes, ma'am. April 12th and April 19th.
All right. You got it. Good to see you. Keep up the great work you're doing. We're here if you need us before your dates, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. You have a blessed one.
You too. Thank you. All right. I'm ready to call Hankins. I'm sending Miss Cleveland a message. All right. Let's see so let's go through. It's only 9:38, so I'll give the 9:30 some time. Miss Knight, are you still there?
I'm here.
I have a question for you. Can you look up the 1030 matter? It's an adjourn to pay, and let me know if that individual has paid.
Okay.
Alfaro.
Oh, that one, okay. Yes, he paid. There were two payments, one on March 11th for $200 and one on April 1st for $225.
All right. And does he have a future court date out there to finish his probation?
He has a review date for June 7th at 10 a.m.
All right, wonderful. We'll leave him just like that. Thank you so much, Ms. Knight.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm satisfied with respect to case number U6019741 for Francisco Alfaro. Mr. Ficus, he is in compliance with this court's order. I gave him dates to make his payments for his fines and his costs. It sounds like he's done so. He has a review date out in June, that's scheduled in June, and I will see him then.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Let's keep going. Are we ready on Joe Adams?
Judge, I'm back in the courtroom after the breakout room. I believe Mr. Adams is with Mr. Yancey, and they should be ready shortly.
All right, Mr. Yancey, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Yes, Your Honor. We're ready. We're just in one of the rooms in the back, but we are ready.
All right, so you're gonna do the hearing with both of you in that room, or is Mr. Adams coming back out to the courtroom?
Whatever your desire is, Your Honor.
No, it's your preference. I'm good with it either way.
Team, what do you suggest?
We could just do it right where you are.
Okay.
Switch it if that's what you'd like to do. I just was trying to be respectful of the close quarters.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Yancey, can you place Mr. Adams' case number on the file, and so Ms. Knight can add it to my docket for today?
Yes, Your Honor. His case number is 12057369001.
All right, and he only had one case with the court?
To my knowledge, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Knight, you may want to look to make sure he didn't have any additional cases. Because they should all.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they should all follow for his specialty court. He's an add-on because he has an issue today, and so I don't have his case number. All right.
Is this the only case he had?
I don't know. Do we know if this is his only case, team?
Judge, I looked one time, but there are so many Joes. Joe
No,
Adams.
it's
Right,
a
that's
common
a
name.
common name.
Right.
All right.
Very common.
What's Mr. Adams' middle name?
Edward. It's Edward.
Does that help?
Everything I see, only case that's coming up is that 12, that one that Mr. Yancey just said. All
Okay.
the other ones are closed out.
All right. All right, wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Knight.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Yancey, let's swing that camera around, let Mr. Adams place his appearance on the record, and then I want to start off, I believe, hearing from you, and then I'll hear from Mr. Reed, and then I'll hear from Mr. Adams, if that's a good order for you all.
That's good.
All right, good morning, Mr. Adams.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Could be better.
I'm sorry,
Could be better.
it could be better. Okay, well, let's work together and let's get better, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state your full name for the record.
Joe Edward Adams Jr.
All right, thank you so much, sir. All right, Mr. Yancey, I want to hear from you first. Y'all just.
Your Honor, so we had Mr. Adams come in. There were some items that we did request of him regarding proof.
Birth of his new child.
Birth of his child, Your Honor, proof that he had a evaluation and proof that he was seeking his own housing. Regarding the evaluation, I believe that, well, Mr. Adams reports that he is seeing a Ms. Ava Stevens at Team Wellness. I believe that's who did the evaluation. He reports he has a second appointment on April 11th. I did leave a message for Ms. Stevens this morning. It probably hasn't been enough time for her to call me back, or if she did, it's in my office. That should be relatively simple to verify. I did let Mr. Adams know he has to make sure he signs the release information so I can get that information. So that's pending. Mr. Adams, from what I can ascertain, he's currently not really seeking his own housing at this time, and he can elaborate on that. And regarding the birth of his child, and he might want to elaborate a little bit more on that, but I can articulate what he said.
Mr. Yancey, do we need to go in the breakout room for that information?
That'd be good.
Okay, let's do that. All right, I'm going to, Ms. Wilson, if you could place Mr. Yancey in a breakout room, and then let me know which breakout room, and then I'll join you. I'll join them, I'm sorry.
Breakout room number 4.
All right, thank you. Let's go to it.
Who else needs to go to the breakout room? Nobody?
No.
Okay.
Good, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
And Mr. Fikens, I let Mr. Reed know we do have another problem. Mr. Adams has passed jurisdiction. He came to us from probation in 2019. He came to drug court in October of 2000. So he had already did 10 months of probation. And so he should have been done. 24 months would have been up last November 2021. And if you had any COVID time, that'd still be 27, 28 months. So he's like out of the 20. So I did tell Mr. Morgan, got to bring that to the judge's attention because he's out of the 24 month, the 2-year misdemeanor jurisdiction.
Is it possible to get any extensions, any other extensions?
I mean, misdemeanors are 24 months. I mean, even if you do 3 months, 4 months, it's still, I mean, it's gonna almost be 3 years.
Yeah, with the even adding the COVID time movies.
Yeah, it should have been 24 months would have been November of 2021. So November, December, January, February, March, went April. That's another 5 months already.
Yeah.
So that's at like 29 months. And he's only in phase 2. Old money. He had a plea from a drunk driving case to a reckless driving.
Oh boy.
But we got to bring it to her attention just to let her know, and whatever we do with it.
We need to talk about it in staffing. I think we need to.
Okay.
We need a prosecutor there as well, because.
Yeah, because I mean, this is
he will not have fulfilled the requirements probably under the.
No. Well, I just want to bring it to our attention. So,
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. It's a tough one.
let me see if he ever went into warrant status or anything. Anything.
Are we on a brief hold right now, Mr. Reed?
I believe that the judge is in a breakout room.
Well, let me ask you this. Did she do Clarence Dillard?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Dillard was not on.
Morning.
What happened with Mr. Did he get another date?
He
He wasn't scheduled to be here today.
Oh, that was it.
He
has a
didn't show up
DUI.
on Zoom. Miss Robb said that he was not supposed to be on the docket today, I believe. So she gave the court his new date.
Okay,
Miss Robb would know what that is.
that was a face-to-face. That was supposed to been, today was his face-to-face with her or something like that.
Maybe, or it just got scheduled wrong.
Okay, so we're not doing his case today, right?
We are not.
No, we're not.
Okay, I can press pause.
Mr. Fikens, did Mr. Anderson show up?
Mr. Anderson did not show up, Mr. Reed.
Okay.
It is past his time. Mr. Griffin, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mr. Fikens?
Very good, thanks.
Yeah, I just looked at the ROA. He didn't go into warrant status or anything like that. So it's been like a straight from probation to drug treatment court.
Gotcha.
So he's over like 29 months.
Oof.
Good morning, Mr. Fikens. How are you doing, Mr. Reed?
Good, Miss Cleveland. How are you?
Good morning.
I saw your chat message, and he's in a course, Mr. The client you're referring to. So he's taking a course now. So I think I'm going to ask if he can be moved to Monday. And he did talk to me this morning. He's concerned about points that have already been placed on him regarding that. And he's wondering how that's going to be handled or reconciled to. So
Unfortunately, the points, according to the Secretary of State, stay.
Okay.
But we might be able to, some of them are new enough. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, we'll try to get the ones with points. I can only try. My notes say I'm going to ask for a limited access. Might have to eat a point though.
Okay, that'll be okay. He's not too far from his limit, I guess, but he's concerned about his insurance going up.
Okay. Does he have a license?
They didn't do anything with that, so he's valid, and then he has the registration and the insurance up to par.
Oh, good. Okay.
morning, sir. What is your name?
Melvin Lee Anderson III.
I'll need to go into a breakout room with him, Miss Wilson, when you get a chance.
Sir, please accept the invite to the breakout room.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. Okay, Mr. Reed, I talked to Mr. Anderson. He's in a breakout room, Melvin Anderson.
Did you have recommendations?
Yes.
Does he want to resolve it today?
He does.
Did he post a bond?
I don't think it's that good. You're doing so well with asking me questions, and then you ask it.
You were answering all my questions. I just had to throw one in there that I thought you might not be able to answer.
You're right. What you doing there over there, Mr. Reed? You causing a ruckus in your own house?
No.
I can hear noise.
I was running my hand over the table.
I got you.
All right. Court is back in session. While they're coming back from the breakout room, I'm going to call Zachary Hankins, Z808-1221. Ms. Cleveland, ask to Zachary Hankins.
Good morning again, Your Honor. How are you doing? Good. he had a face-to-face today, and I did speak with him today. So he's doing very, very well, Your Honor. He's caught me up on everything that's been going on. No real changes or anything like that, just making good progress with his therapies and all that. So, and he's compliant with court's orders. So I have him down for having a next court date of April 26, 2022 at 9:45 a.m., Your Honor. He's
All
phase
right.
3. I mean,
Very
phase 2, sorry. I'm sorry.
phase 2. Okay, wonderful. Miss Knight, are you with us?
Can you hear?
Now I can. Okay, I just want to make sure I got your message. It just came through. I wanted to make sure you were still with us. I don't know how long ago you sent it. My phone is on some kind of delay today. All right, so we're all set for Mr. Hankins. And then the last matter for Ms. Cleveland that I have was Terrence Bass, case number 200-596-9901. Ms. Cleveland.
Your Honor, he is in a program at his current treatment facility, and that program was going along or at the same time of his court. And I was hopeful that he would be able to be rescheduled to April 11th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m., which is a Monday, because Tuesdays and Thursdays are when they do this course.
All right. And that's for heat. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so Ms. Robbs, I know that Ms. Robbs' client made it on today, even though he's in heat.
Mhm.
I want to change Ms. Robbs she may not be with us, but let's talk about if your client is in heat, let's not schedule their hearings on dates where heat convenes, because I want to make sure that they are getting every minute of that program. I think it's excellent. And I want to make sure they're getting every minute of it. All right.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Mhm.
And I think that that's it for you, Ms. Cleveland. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going back to Joe Adams, case number 12057366901. I had the opportunity to go into a breakout room with Mr. Yancey and with Mr. Adams. I've had an opportunity to express my concerns with respect to Mr. Adams and things that this court has asked him to do. And so, Mr. Reed, was there anything that you wanted to say about Mr. Adams, or would you like me to go forward with my recommendations and then you can respond?
Judge, I just want one thing. I appreciate the fact that Mr. Adams did walk into the courtroom today. He followed the court's orders. And I also appreciate the fact of his honesty in talking with me about why he was ordered to come into the court. Thank you, Judge. I just wanted to put that right. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Reed. I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Adams. And so the documentation regarding the child, I am taking that off the table, Mr. Reed. I'm never going to set people up for failure. And so while I have some concerns, and I still do have those concerns for the record, I am not requiring him to provide any documentation. There is an evaluation that this court has ordered. Mr. Yancey has asked me for 3 business days to connect with Team Wellness. I do know that they may be in some crisis mode, Mr. Yancey. I failed to say this to you in the breakout room, given the information that's been placed in the media with respect to Team Wellness. And so I know they are in crisis mode right now. So you might need maybe 5 days to get that report.
Yes, please.
I'll give you the opportunity to get that report. Also, Mr. Yancey is going to let the evaluator know the concerns that this court has expressed in staffing to the team where Mr. Adams is concerned. And so I do want the record to reflect that Mr. Adams has seen a counselor and that he has a second appointment that is scheduled for April 11th. There was a third requirement that I had for Mr. Adams regarding seeking independent housing, and he has not done so. He did share some things in the breakout room. And so what I am ordering is for Mr. Yancey is going to do a home visit and interview with the father who resides in the home with Mr. Adams. And so I need that to be done, Mr. Yancey, on short order. I know you have a number of cases, but when you get an opportunity, I know you have to get it scheduled and you have to have the right presence with you. but I'd like to get that done as well. In response to the two positive screens that Mr. Adams had on both March 28th and March 30th, I am not sending Mr. Adams to the Wayne County Jail, even though he is in phase 2, even though he failed to utilize the resources that have been made available to him since he's been with the court. But I am, however, going to place Mr. Adams on a SoberLink device. Mr. Reed, you should know that I explained to Mr. Adams that if he misses a blow or if he blows dirty, there are going to be severe consequences for his actions or his inactions. So he's going to be placed on the SoberLink on today. In addition, because I had Mr. Adams testing 3 times per week at a third-party provider, and it was random testing, I am reducing that testing to 2 times per week at this time, and I may reduce it even further, but right now it's going to be 2 times per week, and it will be random, and it is effective immediately. Mr. Adams still should call every day to the facility to see if his color is called or his number is called, and if there is a problem, he's to notify Mr. Yancey that he needs to go and test. And so that is what the sanction will be on today. He'll be placed on the SoberLink, and he'll have to have a home visit, and then, which is in a sanction, we're going to do that anyways. And then he's going to test 2 times random weekly. Anything from my consideration?
No, Judge, no objections to the order of the court. We thank the court for consideration. And again, I thank Mr. Adams for his honesty in talking with me in the breakout room. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yancey. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Mr. Adams, is there anything else you'd like the court to consider?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. We've got some things that we've got to get done. And so let's get them done. Mr. Adams, as I indicated to you, we're here to help you. We can only help you with the things that we know about, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, does Mr. Adams already have a future court date?
Your Honor, he does. I think it's relatively soon. I think it might have been, was it the 11th?
Not sure. I can't remember.
I don't have that handy, but I,
All right, Miss, oh, the dog is barking. All right, Miss Knight, can you look to see if Joe Adams has a future court date already in the system?
oh, you know what, Your Honor, he doesn't. His court date was April, it was actually yesterday. And
oh, that's right. Let's give Mr. Adams a future court date. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
So what would his future court date be? I want to see him again within the next 2 weeks. I know he's in phase 2, but I want to see him in the next 2 weeks. See where we are.
2 Mondays from now, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. I believe that would be appropriate.
That would be April 18th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Yes.
All right, very good. If no questions, thank you so much, Mr. Adams. You are to remain at the court until you have received your SoberLink device. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I am going to call the last matter. It's scheduled at 9:30. What time is it? It's 10:19. I'm satisfied I've given a defendant ample time to appear. Has that person shown up, Mr. Vikings?
Judge, he is in a breakout room, which if he can be sent here, I can go back and get him. And we've
Okay.
worked out an offer, so we can take care of that momentarily.
Let's do it. All right, Ms. Wilson, or Mr. Vikings, you all make that happen. I'm going to take a quick break while you do so.
Thank you, Judge.
And that is a non-treatment court matter. And so the team, if you all need to leave, I understand it. Thank you so much for your service today. You all have been wonderful. Thank you. All right.
Miss Wilson, could you, I cannot get into the breakout room. Could you move Mr. Anderson back?
Mr. Anderson, he's in the courtroom.
He
There
is.
he is.
Thank you.
Are you ready? I won't take my break. It looks like is he at work, Mr. Fikens?
I don't think so, Judge. I think he's outside. But
Okay, well, give me a second then. Give me 1 second.
yes. Mr. Anderson, you can unmute at this time. Okay, sir. As soon as the judge comes back, we're going to put the offer on the record and we'll go through the questions, okay?
Okay.
Should just be momentarily.
Mr. Anderson, did you post a bond in this case? Did you put up any money? No.
You'd know if you did.
Yeah, you know money.
You're good. We're just wondering, Mr. Anderson. We're just wondering.
right, court is back in session. I am ready in the following matters. Case number SP 1223721, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 1240135, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 1246651. Case number SP 1223720, counts 1, 2, and 3. And case number SP 1240035, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Anderson, please unmute and state your name for the record.
Melvin Lee Anderson III.
All right, thank you, and good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Ficus, how are we proceeding?
Judge, my client wishes to avail himself of the offer and wants to thank the court. He was here last Wednesday. We had some problems with Melvin Anderson II, Melvin Anderson III. We straightened that all out, Your Honor. There's an offer that if he pleads guilty to SP 122-37211, I believe that's the first ticket this court indicated, that charge would be reduced to allowing unlicensed driver to drive. He would also be pleading responsible to SP 122-37203. It's a civil infraction, no proof of insurance. That's pleading as charged. Mr. Anderson.
I'm sorry, you faded out. Give me that first one again. I didn't catch those numbers. My apologies.
No, the first ticket is SP 122-37211. And that was the first ticket this court read.
Yes.
And then the second ticket is SP 122-37203, a civil infraction for no proof of insurance.
All right. Are there any reductions in charges?
The reduction in the first ticket, driving while license suspended, would be reduced to allowing unlicensed driver to drive. And the other matter, Judge, would be plea as charged. And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I had my volume down. I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So Mr. Ficus, there are only two pleas that are going forward, and then everything else, there's a recommendation for dismissal.
Yes, there is, Judge. And that's because Mr. Anderson showed that he had a valid license, showed that he got registration, and he got insurance, Judge. He took this matter seriously, even though he let things slide for a bit. He's taken it seriously, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good. Let's do it, Mr. Anderson. And so Ms. Knight, please know that I do not do dismissals until they have paid in full. And so I'll explain how that's gonna work out, but I don't do dismissals until the individuals have paid in full. All right, Mr. Anderson, if you could raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Ficus, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in all these matters, all 13 of them, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to give up that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the misdemeanors and a responsible plea on one of the civil infractions, correct?
Yes.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty or responsible today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied it's just constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of this incident, in ticket SP 122-37211, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you were stopped by a police officer, is that correct?
Yes.
And at the time when he pulled you over and asked you for valid license, you didn't have one because at the time your license was suspended, correct?
Yes, sir.
And sir, I must let me finish. We'll explain. And then also, sir, I direct your attention to ticket number SP 122-37203. That in that same incident, you were asked to produce valid insurance, correct?
Yes.
And you did not have proof of insurance at that time, correct?
No.
Now, since that time, you've obtained registration and insurance on vehicles satisfactory to the prosecution in this case. And you're driving legal right now, correct?
Yes, sir. Correct. I have valid plates and valid license. Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty to the matter ending in 7211. I'll amend that charge to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive a motor vehicle. I'll also accept your plea of responsible to the matter ending in 7203. And that's for insurance, no proof. And I am ready for sentencing. Ms. Knight, can you give me the statutory fine for the insurance, no proof, please? Ms. Knight? If you're speaking, I can't hear you. Officer? Anybody? It's oh, never mind. I got it. Thank you. All right. So Mr. Hankins, thank you, Ms. Knight. I am ready. I'm ready on for sentencing.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate this court's help in getting all these matters resolved. It worked out better for him that he came back. I appreciate him coming back because we were able to get even a little bit better deal because he showed and provided, he showed that he did the right thing and changed things around after his last tickets that he got. So we appreciate that, Judge. I think he's on his way. He's got a valid license right now. And we might need a little bit of time, Judge, to pay the fines and costs in this matter.
All right, very good. As to the civil infraction, I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $195 for and that's the matter ending in 7203. For the misdemeanor, the matter ending in 7211, I am assessing costs in the amount of $225, and I'm assessing the fine in the amount of $50. And so, Mr. Anderson, when can you get everything paid? Because you won't get your dismissals until you get everything paid.
How much do I owe altogether?
And I can help on.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Hankins.
Because we also looked up, Judge, to see if he had any reinstatement fees. It appears he does not. Okay. I cannot tell whether or not there are other fees associated with the cases, but it didn't look like that, Your Honor. So the total that Mr. Anderson, the total that you owe the court is $470, but there also might be some fees that I missed. You know, could be another $100 or so, but it doesn't. 470 will get you to zero in front of the 36th District Court.
Okay, and, I could pay. I'm on disability every month, first of the month, but I could pay something next. I believe next Wednesday, the 13th, I believe.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to set you up for failure, Mr. Anderson. So I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to give you some time to get everything paid. So this is what I'll do. I'll give you until, okay, thank you. I will give you until June 1st to get everything paid. How about that? The two matters paid, okay?
Yes.
If you can get it done before June 1st, that would be great. So Ms. Knight, I am going to adjourn to pay.
I have a question, ma'am.
Hold on, let me finish placing on the record what I need to place on it. I'm going to adjourn to pay for those two matters where I accepted his pleas. It's an adjourn to pay for June 1st, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. He'll be placed on my docket, those two matters. All of the remaining matters for Mr. Anderson will be placed on my docket on the same date, June 1st at 10:30 a.m. and they will say that they are scheduled for review. Okay. And so that's how we'll do it. I won't do any dismissals today. We'll schedule all of those other matters for review. Because if he doesn't pay, he doesn't get those dismissals.
Understood.
All right. Mr. Anderson, what was your question?
Yes, ma'am. Say if I pay before June 1st, can I pay online or do I have to go down to the courthouse?
You can do either one.
Okay, and like if you pay online, do you like get a receipt to like your email or
Now,
anything
Mr.
like?
Anderson, you do know I don't work on the online crew. I work in the
Okay.
courtroom. So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
you can
Yes, ma'am.
call the courtroom clerk. I have a visiting clerk today. And
Oh.
so we want to be real nice to her, not overburden her so she can come back should I need somebody. So you can
Yes.
call the courtroom. We'll put that number in the chat, 313-965-2280. We'll put it in the chat and you can call and get all of the details as to how you can pay, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You see that number? Call
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Call that number.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fikes. Great job.
Thank you,
All
Your
right.
Honor. Thank you very much.
All right. That concludes the docket for this morning, which gives me time to prepare for our mental health court staffing, which I won't see you all in. Mr. Ubri. I'm sorry, Miss. Sorry,
Is I'm
Mike.
all set, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are all set. Make sure you have that number to call the courtroom.
Oh, okay. Yes,
This
ma'am.
night
Thank
is
you.
waiting on you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Ubri, you had a face-to-face today. I'm glad to see your face, but I've already gotten your new court date on the record. You are
Okay.
good, sir. Enjoy the rest of your week, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, we're here if you need us. You don't need anything, do you?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, you're in great shape. Good to see you.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that concludes the docket. Ooh, I really get a chance to read some files today. Wonderful. All right, and get ready for mental health court. Thank you all for your service. I truly, truly appreciate you. I want to make sure I have a Wednesday docket, which I don't miss night. Can you send me Wednesday's docket when you finish answering 100 questions? I'd appreciate it. Yes, ma'am, I'll call the courtroom. And then I need the Wednesday docket. And then I'm available for our specialty court. This is almost scary that we are getting out at 10:38. So be on standby because we know in specialty court that on our best days, everything can happen. And so I'm almost preparing myself for the everything. So,
Judge,
all right.
may I ask one question before you leave?
Yeah.
I don't know if you recall this. I have a young man, his mother called in to Miss Mack. He has many cases. He's in North or South Dakota right now, trying to get himself out of the halfway house back to Detroit. Miss Mack was going to arrange with his halfway house to get a date this week. And so my question is Miss Mack out the rest of this week? And then we'll try to get it the week thereafter.
Okay, I have to find out. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I can't remember. But just have him come on. Whoever is serving, we'll get his cases put on but work it out with prosecutor. Talk to the prosecutor.
The prosecutor is okay. I have an offer from the prosecutor. We just have to have this court deal with North or South Dakota. I have the telephone numbers, but I just.
Meaning to get on Zoom, have him get on
Correct.
Zoom? Okay,
Correct.
yeah, you can walk him on, Mr. Fikens.
Okay.
Walk him on a day that you're here.
Okay.
And it can be this week. I don't have an issue with it knowing that we're closed Friday.
Appreciate that. And I think I might kick it over to next week. I
Okay,
think I will. I just wanted to ask.
okay, no problem. All right. If nothing else, I'm almost scared to end the meeting, but I'm going to. And I'm available if you all need me. Ms. Knight, give me about 3 minutes and I'll call the courtroom. Okay? All right. Thank you all.
Thank you, Judge.